All right, so I've done a cone and I've used stippling. So now I have to use shading, hatching, or cross hatching. I'm going to do, let's see what I want. Cube. Sure. I'll do a cube and I'll do cross hatching. I wonder if this will work. Okay, so you're going to draw 3 lines straight up and down. The center line I'm going to start with, it goes further down than the other 2. Okay, then these ones are start a little bit above it. So they start a little bit higher up than the other one, and they're not quite as long. So like that. Okay. Then I connect the dots. Well, I guess they're not dots. Okay. Then I have to draw the top. If you were actually using 2-point perspective, which is kind of what this is, there's a way to make sure you're drawing these lines correctly, but we're not going to go into that quite yet. So just kind of draw it to where it looks right to you. Okay, I drew that too dark. I drew it dark so that you guys could see how to actually draw the cube before you start adding value. I did that so that you could see how it looks. But that reminded me that I need to erase this outline of my cone. There you go. All right. So I'm going to use cross hatching, and I'm going to again choose where I want my light source to be. I'm going to say it's from this kind of area where it's shining this way on the cone and this way on the sphere. You can make it be over here and make them all come in the same direction. It's up to you. I don't mind. So I'm going to pretend this is the way the light source is coming. So the far side is obviously going to be the darkest because it's in shadow. So again, the furthest away edge is going to be a little bit darker. Even though I'm cross-hatching, I'm taking a second before I start doing the lines the other direction. That's fine. Now I'm going to start adding the opposite direction lines. Just kind of going back and forth. It doesn't look super pretty right now, but that's okay. You can, I'm not being very precise with which directions my lines are going, which is kind of why it's not as pretty. You can get a little bit more precise with it if you want. It's kind of up to you. Okay, the top is going to be the lightest section. And so I'm going to have it be a little bit darker over here, and it's going to get lighter as it goes towards the light source. And I'm not going to have it have a ton of marks. I am using a pencil for this, so I'm varying how hard I'm pressing a little bit, but not a ton. And I'm going to incorporate this outline into my cross-hatching onto this side, so it doesn't look like just an outline on the shape. Same over here. Okay, this section is going to be the medium section. Actually, I got to add some here. And I'm going to erase my outline. Okay, this section is the medium section, so they're not going to be quite as close together or overlapping. Okay, you can still see. So they're closer together than the top, which is the lightest value, and they're further apart than this side, which is the darkest value. Erase my outline. Okay, now I'm going to draw the shadow. So again, the tip of the shadow needs to be in line with the bottom part of the cone, or not cone, sorry, bottom part of the cube. And it's going to be kind of an elongated version of this. That does not mean it's going to be a square, because if the light is shining this way, it's going to be kind of like house shaped. I don't really know how to describe it. So it's going to come up. It's going to have kind of a corner. So the bottommost part of the shadow is going to be level with the bottommost part of the cube. And then this is this corner here. Okay, then again, the darkest section is going to have the marks closest together. I think the 15-minute bell, or the 8:15 bell is about to ring. I'll just wait for a minute. Okay, then my marks are getting further apart as they go further away. Oh, it looks like it says hi. Hi. Okay, so then I'm going to label it cube cross-hatching. All right, that's a little small in the section. I would like it if it's bigger like my cone is. So it needs to be a little bit bigger. All right, and I'm going to do one last video. I'm not going to do all 4 because we did shading a sphere yesterday as a class. So I'm just going to do one more using hatching.